All right. Hi, folks. Special greetings to everyone. Abi, this one here, we don't really acknowledge anybody. We just start our thing.
Yeah,
Charlie, what's up?
me, I'm good, bro. I don't know. I'm trying to see if I can share from my Facebook. I don't know. So you just give me a minute. Let me go and share to my uh, page as well. Let
Okay.
my billionaires also see me.
That's okay, do.
Okay, I think we are good.
Okay, that's okay. All
Charlie,
right.
so what are we doing today? Are you sharing some money? Are you giving me some
You
points?
know, you know,
You know,
I've
we
been
the
thinking
poor
about
people.
something. I've been thinking about something that has been bothering me a few days ago.
Yeah.
Most especially those of us who are coming from disadvantaged environments.
Okay.
We grew up in an environment where the focus was
Mm.
on survival,
Yeah.
how we can or how our parents or we ourselves can put food on our table,
Mm.
how we can push through the day, how
Mm.
we'll be able to pay school fees for our children, how we'll
Yeah.
be able to give pocket money to our wives, support our families, and what have you. Growing up, that is what we were taught.
Mm-hmm.
So most of us, we grew up thinking that survival should still be our focus.
Yeah.
But when we pay much attention to survival, it doesn't necessarily help us to accomplish our dreams
That is
because
true.
we may always get food to eat. We might
Mm-hmm.
struggle to pay fees, support families, and what have you. But
Mm.
how can we lay a strong foundation that will push us to be able to accomplish our dreams? I think that has been bothering me these days. So I would like us to talk about that.
Okay, Charlie, it's you know, hmm, sometimes when you complain, they will say, don't complain," but you cannot just take like it's not like it's something is written on a chalkboard
Okay.
where you take a duster and call one of the students, go and clean it.
Mm,
We cannot clean that background that we came from little homes with peasant farming. Every day you just wake up and look for food. Like we
mm,
cannot clean that environment. We can't clean it.
mm,
It's like cleaning history. You see,
mm,
it's part of us. So when we complain about it in society, society should also give us the chance
mm,
that yes, these guys, they are struggling, they are striving, but our background cannot be immediately removed. You
mm,
see.
mm,
And most of the times we are very quick to say, what did your parents do?
mm,
What did they do? So, in case you are complaining something of, let's say, Ibrahim Mohammed's child has done something, or let's say President Mohammed's child has done something, you talk about it, they will say, "Shut up. Where's
mm,
your father? What did he do? You too." So, society should give us, compassion. We didn't have to choose. If I had to choose, probably I would have chosen Donald Trump as my father.
mm,
I would have chosen what do you call, Elon Musk as my father.
mm,
But we didn't have the choice.
mm.
It happened to us. But you see, we hold that responsibility to change it.
Okay.
I was just sharing with one of my friends this morning that
Mm,
you see the way we say that we don't have connections, we don't have uh, what do you call, people to help us, we don't have the resources and all of that. If we look at it that way, for the next 30 years, our children will speak the same language.
exactly.
So it means whether we like it or not, there has to be something to be done.
Mm,
And if you look at those who have made it today, their parents or grandparents sacrifice a part of their life, dear part of their life to be able to get them to where they are today. But
Mm,
unfortunately, our generation think like this. What if I die?
mm,
What if I don't even see the future?
mm,
Let me just enjoy what I have today.
mm,
Let me just feel it because I can die tomorrow. And they will give you very good examples. So they will tell you this guy, he was 32, he died. He was 40, he died. He was 28, he died. See, he just got his position, but he died. What if I die tomorrow? What if you don't also die? So you live the life and prioritize the future. How do you
mm,
prioritize the future? Whatever you have today, you must know also that if you don't keep part of it and rewind it to increase the value of that thing, you are going to lose it forever. Rich people are rich because they hold on to things. They are not rich because they leave it to go. If
mm,
they leave it to go, they don't have it again. So in this case, we have to be talking about how to structure your expenditure, your lifestyle, to be able to keep every little thing that comes to you. Let's take a little bit, I mean, backward. Just like you made example with our peasant farming.
mm,
We had parents who could farm rice and maize and make 50 bags of corn. We had those parents.
mm,
Were they poor? No, they
mm,
were not poor. Why were we not able to rise? It's because there was no particular mindset that, okay, this year I've got 50 bags. I'm going to feed my family with 20. The 30 that is remaining is going to be sold. And when I sell it, I'm going to use it to do this particular asset so that in the near future, even when I stop farming, this can, I mean, sustain livelihood. If that was the mindset, though we were coming from poor background, but we wouldn't be where we are today. So we have to start thinking possessions, keeping, rewinding it, reinvesting, keeping assets that will increase value. But if we think lifestyle, in fact, trust me, there is no job around our community that can give you salary to fit that lifestyle we are looking for.
mm,
It's not going to happen. I mean, if you don't have connection to get a job in the an environment or an institution that can pay you 10, 20, 30, 50,000 Ghana cities, then why are you thinking of buying a Lexus?
mm,
You cannot do it. You're getting 1,000 cities a month, 2,000 cities a month, 3,000 cities a month, but you are thinking a house. I want to use this money to build my house. I want to use this money to make sure my children goes to the best schools. It's like it's elusive. That is imaginary. Like it's something that is like a mirage. On the surface, you think that is the right thing to do. Okay, because that is your security. So I think that the most important thing for we those coming from such backgrounds is to make sure we are possessing enough of the things that come to us. Then we look at how we can multiply those things
mm,
to structure life. You
mm.
know, the most important thing in our life is our finances.
Okay.
Because if the finance is all right, you will not even have to buy a land and wait for 10 years to build, would you? You will
No.
just call one estate broker. I mean, how much is a house in East Legon? Oh, it's $1 million. Okay, so can we do 800,000, 900,000, 950,000? Can we do that? He said yes. Okay, so when are we signing the deal? If the finance is all right, there is no problem about a house.
Exactly.
There's no problem about a car. You just call abroad. Bismarck, can you check Toyota RAV4 2025 model? How much is it? Oh, it's 20 something thousand. Okay, so how much is the shipment? How much is the clearance? Let's check that and see. Oh, it's to amount to maybe $50,000. Okay, so can we see if we can do that next month? If the finances are all right, the things we worry will clean up easily.
Very true.
So the focus should be on the finances. And if the focus is on the finances, you shouldn't be thinking about a luxurious place to stay. You
Not at
shouldn't
all.
be thinking about decorating your room the best you need. You shouldn't be thinking about what do you call buying the best couches, the
Mm,
best
mm,
TV
mm,
screens. You know, that's not what you should be thinking. Because if your finances are all right, you will just walk to Melcom and buy all those stuff one day and bring them home.
Very true.
So I think if we, coming from such background, can prioritize life in that manner and make sure that we are only thinking possession, investment, lifestyle, reducing lifestyle as much as we can, we'll be able to get there. But unfortunately, there is pressure in the system.
But
There is pressure.
you have actually made some significant points that I would like to
Mm,
annotate to it. You see,
mm, mhm.
you have said something that we've been complaining, but society will tell you not to complain.
Yeah.
And if we are not careful, we might
Mhm.
complain and die, and our kids
Yes.
will come, take over from us, and keep complaining. I
So
think it
they will inherit complaints. Eh?
exactly. I think it's fundamentals for human beings to complain about situations that do not necessarily sit well with them.
Yeah.
But it needs to get to a point where we need to be intentional about
About
that
it.
those situations that we keep complaining about, and make a tough decision and tell
Mm.
ourselves that this complaining cannot go on. We just need
Yeah.
to take certain decisions. We just need to take certain actions to put
Mm.
stop to some of these things. You understand?
Mm. Yeah.
And you have also made references to kids that are fortunate to be born in certain homes who
Mm.
this and their parents have been able to create some opportunities for
Mm.
them, and
Mm.
today they are doing well. It's indeed true that somebody
Mm.
was able to do that for them.
Mm.
Perhaps just one person did that in the family, then
Yeah.
another person builds on top, the
Yeah.
next person push it to the next level, and today
Yeah.
in that family
Mm.
almost everybody is, if not a millionaire, but they
Mm.
are average people who may not
Mm.
struggle to get money to feed their kids, pay their
Yeah.
kids school fees, send
Yeah.
their kids to overseas to study and what have you. And
Yeah.
what I also like to say is that, I was born in a farming community. My
Mm-hmm.
dad was a farmer. And based on certain things I have seen
Mm-hmm.
my daddy do, that is why
Mm.
I don't like farming. I'm one person who wouldn't buy into farming. I
Okay.
encourage friends who have expressed their desire into farming. I can share some good ideas with you, but me
Mm.
personally, farming, no. You know why?
Why? Mm-hmm.
My daddy was a farmer.
Okay.
Cocoa, maize,
Maize, rice.
cassava, all those things. But let me
Mm.
just pick one of them, maize. We
Mm-hmm.
can farm maize throughout the year.
Yeah.
But do you know that even if we have gotten, let's say, 20 bags of maize,
Mm-hmm.
do you know that none of these bags will be sold? My
Okay.
daddy will just leave it for us to consume.
And he will say he has done well. Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
Sometimes you
feeding his
tell that, oh,
children.
this year is good. I've been able to
Mm.
get 20 bags of maize. You see, but we just going to what? Use all of them in the house. That is not how we're supposed to live.
Yeah.
If he has gotten 20 bags of maize, at least let's use 10 in the house. He
Mm-hmm.
should sell 5 and save the money.
Mm-hmm.
The remaining 5 should be kept for the next season.
Mm-hmm.
You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if
It,
he's been able to sell 5 bags
mm-hmm.
of maize and save the money, and
Mm-hmm.
he has also gotten 5 for next planting season, it means that
Mm-hmm.
when next planting season comes, this is not the time he needs to start looking for money to go and buy maize seed, because
Yeah.
the seed is already there. So if he
Yeah.
sells the 5, if we are able to sow the 5 bags and
Mm-hmm.
things work again, we are able to get another, let me just say, 20 bags again.
Mm-hmm.
We can still use 5 at home, sell
Mm-hmm.
5 and save the money, and keep 5 for
Mm-hmm.
the next season. So
Mm-hmm.
it indirectly, let me say, the entire year will be able to
Mm-hmm.
what? He would have been able to save maybe capital from
Yeah.
10 bags of maize.
Yeah. Yeah.
What
And
is he
it will be
doing?
compounding. It will be compounding.
So he's laying a solid financial foundation for himself.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
If we are doing this, you realize that most of us wouldn't be complaining about money. And I
Yeah.
know if my dad were to be doing this, I don't think that paying our school fees when
Will be a
we
problem. Yeah.
wouldn't be a problem.
So you know what I think?
No.
we are not blaming our parents, but
Oh yeah.
I think our generation or our parents failed not because they were too poor or not because they didn't work so hard, but they didn't have management, they did not have strategy. So it was not like, what can I do next after this? It was like, okay, we are farming this year, we are eating. For them, what was the priority was being able to provide food and shelter for their kids and family.
Exactly.
So it looks like if we don't take care, we will be doing different things from what our parents did, but we will fail the same failure. Because if your father was, let's say, farming 20 bags of corn, okay,
Yeah.
or maize, and he couldn't keep even 10.
Okay.
In the case of my parents too, they did the same thing. We were all farming. So if they farmed and got 20 and couldn't keep 10, and in the next season, they had to borrow monies or even borrow the seedlings to plant again. Then compare with us now. At the end of the year, your net salary could be about 20 to 30,000. Now you ask yourself, what to eat during Christmas is a problem for you.
Exactly.
How to buy clothing for your children is a problem for you. When your daughter or son is sick, you have to call a friend and say, bro, I have an emergency. Help me urgently. Then it means it's not because you are not working hard, but you also lack management and strategy. So if you sit down a little bit and look at only your finances, see, I'm saying that the biggest problem with us is nothing. It is our finances. If the finances are right, the depression, the family issues, most of the problems will vanish. But the finances cannot be right if there is no strategy. We most of it, we just want to say they are not paying me well, or they are not paying me. Yes, they can pay you well. Nobody even pays well. Okay, do you think those working for TikTok, those working for Amazon, those working for Facebook, they think they are paying them well?
No. No.
They don't feel like they're paying them well. Everybody feels like they're cheating me. Everybody, even including your president. Even your president wish they were paying him tens of millions of dollars every year or every month.
Oh yes.
So whatever you have, you make use of it. If you don't make use of it, I mean, there is no way you can build to get what you are looking for. So if you are earning 1,000 cedis, that is what you have. If a PAM is earning 50,000 cedis, leave it. It's not your matter. If your friend is earning 10,000 cedis, that is not your matter. Yours is how much comes into your account after every month. Okay, I receive 2,000 cedis a month. Now, what lifestyle should I have? I need to stay in this amount of apartment. I need to spend maybe 300 to 400 a month on apartment or where to stay. I need to spend this amount of money to feed. Now, the amount of money remaining, I will save it. It's not my money anymore. If there's an emergency, I will go into it. But if there's no emergency, I will put it into another thing. If the strategy is not like that, you will work very hard like our parents did, because our parents worked harder. I remember my father would use his hand and a machete, a cutlass, to cut down trees, like trees that are big in size. I don't know how to even let you see, big in diameters. He will cut them with his hand. And every farming season, his hand will swallow. But at the end of the year, we will have a lot of harvest. We will eat very well. But when they call for school fees, we cannot pay. You see, so lack of strategy, lack of management. For them, they were managing food for us to eat and sleep. Finish. The only
Okay.
thing they could
Jonathan, I'm not cutting you,
Yes.
but you've
Go ahead.
made this in some profound statement that it's lack of strategy that is making us not to be able to progress in terms of our finances. Now, let's begin to speak to specifics. Now, let's talk about those who are in the formal and the informal sector. And possibly let's use ourselves as example when we were in the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
Based on research that I was conducting,
Mm.
it shows that between 64 to 77 percent of Ghanaians, both who are in the private and the public sector, they struggle financially. They do not
Mm.
have any savings. They lack emergency fund. So
Mm.
it simply means that they are stressed throughout the year
Yeah.
and they depend solely on salaries. So it
Mm.
means that these people are just doing hand to mouth.
Yeah.
You understand? Now, let's
Mm.
speak to specifics. What
Mm.
are some of the things that we can do as workers, as teachers, as
Mm.
nurses,
Okay.
as engineers, and what have you?
Okay.
What are
Mm.
some of the specific things that we need to do to be able to start saving maybe part of our salaries? What can we do?
Okay, so I will just say few things, and I know you two you have a lot to add. But there is a comment here I think we should read and
Do
continue.
you know I'm not getting the comment? I've been struggling to get the comment, but I don't know what happened.
Okay, then
Can,
my brother,
can you can you
your
set
enemies are at work.
I don't know if you realize I've been trying to do something on the comment section. I don't know. I can't
Can you
see
see
it.
the comment now?
The comments are not. Oh, yeah, it has come by. It seems to be so. I've seen what is it Richie has written, but I
Okay,
don't know.
so let me read, then later on we will sort
Will
that
you be
out.
able to set it so that at least I can also be seeing the comments as we move on? Because I can't see anything.
I don't know why you're not seeing, but can you see this one?
I can see it on the screen.
Yeah, so let me just put it here and read. After that, maybe we'll continue. He
Okay.
says, you both have changed several lives, including myself, with your works over the period. God bless you both. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. With the subject at hand, our parents didn't know how to cater for the future. That is true. With the little resources they had, I believe it was so because generational trends only focus on providing immediate solution to the problem at the time. It's true. It's true. If you look at their lifestyle, they were looking at what is eminent now, where to sleep, what to eat. Those were the problems they were solving. I understand that. As we go along, I will try to see if there is anything we can do about the comment. I don't know why.
I can't see.
Uh,
I can't see. You see what Richard is saying. I think
mm,
that was the introductory
yeah,
remarks I made,
yeah,
and
yeah.
even today, most of us are doing the same thing. That's why I was
Mm,
telling you that what are some of the things that we can do, at least to change our situations, because most
yeah.
of us are working based on the research that I was doing. I just googled
Mm,
something and I've realized that they said most workers in Ghana at least take between 2,000 to 2,500 to 3,000 Ghana cedis.
okay.
Even though most people are taking this, many of them are unable to save. So it means
Yeah.
that it's a big problem. You understand?
So you know what?
No.
The problem is not in the savings. The
Okay.
problem is in the mindset. But when I say mindset, it's too vague. I will narrow it.
Okay.
When you are coming from our type of background, the major problems are number one, siblings. Your father has taken care of you to a level and feels like you should take care of your siblings.
Okay.
Okay. Now, that is one problem. Number two, shelter is one of the biggest problem because we have been in deplorable shelter for years.
Okay.
So the moment we get a job, our focus is to solve that problem where we are coming from
Mm.
and to also cater for the siblings. Number three, status. When you are employed formally, there is a way society expecting you to live your life to show that you are now a professional teacher, you are now a professional nurse. You understand what I'm trying to say? So when
Yeah.
you go to the church, they give you a particular reverence. When you go to mosque, they give you a particular status. When you meet your colleagues, they give you a particular status. So me, for instance, as a palm as I am, somebody expect me not to walk. Somebody expect me not to take public transport. Somebody expect me not to be, just being normal on the street.
Okay.
You get what I'm trying to say? So when we get a job, we allow these circumstances to control where the money goes.
Okay.
So I'm earning 3,000 cedis, but at the end of the month, I'm looking at paying fees for one guy or my colleague, or sorry, my sibling who is in the university or who is in the senior high school. Then I'm also looking at, I have to buy land now. I'm also looking at staying at a prestigious place, environment, so that when you walk into my room, you feel like, yes, you have visited a palm. Or I want to feel like I have the biggest motorbike or the nicest car in the school, in the hospital, as a nurse, and at my workplace. These are the circumstances that cripple savings, because that money is not enough for these three, even these three common things. It is not enough for that. So once you are pursuing those things all together at once, finances will be broken. Now, if I were the person, this is what I would do. Number one, salary. They pay you salary not because they want to pay for your lifestyle, but they are paying for the service you provide. So whatever the company is giving you, it is not because they have assessed you and they want to help you to live your lifestyle. They are only paying you something so that every day you can come. Now, let me make an example. If you are feeding fish in the pond, are you feeding them for them to be healthy? You are feeding them because you want to make profit of them. So your salary is given to you because if they don't pay you, you won't come. So we give you something and value you. Now, if you don't sit down and look at this, okay, now this is the amount of money I take. I cannot live like the man who is taking 20,000 cedis. So if they are paying 400 cedis for rent in a month, I will look for a place I'll pay 200. It means I have made more money. Because Napoleon Hill said that the fact that you reduce your expenses, it means you have increased your income. So if I move from a chamber hall to a single room where I can now pay 150 cedis a month, if I move from Accra to Insawam so that I can rent 200 cedis a month, I have automatically increased my income, even though the money hasn't increased, but I now have more disposable income. The fact that I sit my siblings down and tell them that, guys, you are 20 years old, you are 18 years old, you are 21 years old, you are 25 years old, you have to find something doing. Let's do that. And the fact that you can help them to look for something to do, at least, even if it's bringing 500 cedis a month, 200 cedis a month, 400 cedis a month, 1,000 cedis a month. If you have about three siblings who bring 500 cedis a month every month, three of them will give you 1,500 cedis. It means that has reduced your burden of them. So if you were supposed to give them 300 cedis each every month, you can now give them a 50 cedis, 100 cedis. That means you've also reduced your expenditure. Now, you have to also tune your mind to understand something here. There is a way people live their life for the rest of life and they get stuck. And that is taking money and spending everything and going back to take, going back to take. If you keep doing that thing, you will work very hard for 30 years and see no outcome. So, what you will do is that when you go and take the money, you will keep part of it and now start thinking, this money I'm keeping, what will I use it to do? What can I invest this money in? What idea is around? What is trending now that can multiply my money without any scam? If you're able to structure these things and have that mentality, then you can be gradually seeing some improvement. And you know, as the human being, if it gets to a point that you have 10,000 cedis in your account sitting and there's no problem with that money, you know how confident you feel.
I'm telling you, you feel
You
so
feel
happy.
like you feel confident.
Yeah, and you feel
Ideas will
happy.
start coming. Yes, ideas will start coming. You start behaving like you are rich.
Yeah, you'll be
Just
behaving as if you have arrived.
you have arrived. You understand? The moment you're able to hit that target that I have 10,000 in my account, no problems with that money. This is not my money, it's for, investment. You are growing. You are growing. Now that 10,000 cedis, you will now be looking for an idea. Okay, let me buy a motorbike and give to somebody. Or no, that is risky. The person might run with the motorbike. No, let me buy corn and keep it. When the price goes up, I sell. How will I don't know how to sell. Let me leave it. You are getting ideas. Ideas are coming. They are problems. Some ideas have problems by themselves. Some ideas will work, some will not work. It means the moment you are able to set on an idea that you believe in that can work, put the money there. If that money comes out clean and multiplies to at least 20%, 50%, or even 100%, you are on the road. But if you don't do that, I think you've got the comments now. Oh,
I can't say it, bro. I can't say. I've been trying to work on these things. I don't know what's happening, but let's move on.
really? But can you see it at the right side?
The right, yeah. You see, it's just showing
Mhm.
the new comment, blah blah blah. But I can't see something is just this is covering the comments. I don't know.
1 minute, let me see.
I've been
What
trying to, I'm streaming on YouTube and Facebook, so I've been trying to take the comments from YouTube
so
off
so
so that
maybe
it
maybe
it
maybe
I,
that is why you are not seeing. But it's okay. It's okay. Let's go. The comments are
okay.
beautiful. So
No,
I mean, our talk is important. So for me, first of all, and I will use myself an example. I looked after my siblings, three of them, in senior high school. One of them was fortunate to meet the free SHS, so it reduced the burden. When they finished senior high school, that was in 2022. From 2020 to 2022 and 2023, the boy finished school, and I sat him down and said, "Bro, you've done well, you've passed. But at this moment, I cannot take you to university. So let's find something for you to do." I couldn't even help him find a job. I was trying so hard, I couldn't get it. He himself moved to Tamale, started struggling, walking up and down. Then, fortunately, some Chinese guys came there to sell uh, electric bikes,
okay.
and he got a job. When he got a job with them, he started earning some money. The next year, he called me and said, "Bro, I've applied to a university." The next moment, he sent me admission. He said, "This is the amount." I supported something. The next moment, I saw him in university. As I talk to you now, he has set up his own small shop somewhere, taking the bikes from the Chinese guys and selling in his shop. For the past years, I haven't given him even 50 Ghana cedis. What did I do? I just pushed his mind small. I just pushed him just a little. And boom, he left. He's not my burden anymore. In fact, he can even call me and say, "Bro, I'm visiting home. I want to go and see mommy and daddy." He goes and gives them a lot of stuff that I mean, it's not even something I consider he could do. The two girls, as I talk to you, they themselves have also found jobs that earn them some good salary, and we're planning together what we can do from that. So the thing you need is to push some of the family members. Push them, push them. If you take the burden alone, you break, you crash. Now, once you were able to reduce that problem, now come to your personal lifestyle. Move from the chamber and hall if you cannot provide. I mean, what is it that you are living a single life and you have a chamber and hall? You guys,
Jonathan, you see,
yes,
I've listened to you for some minutes now. I
and
I
you have to pay.
disagree. I disagree with most of the things that you have stated,
Mhm,
especially your introductory comments that you have made, that
mhm,
it's because of the pressure and a lot of things on us that is making us unable to save. Let me say this, that all employees, including you and I, every government worker or those who are working in the private sector,
mhm,
none of these people started work with salary. What I mean by
mhm,
that is that you won't start work today and at the end of the month they pay you salary in Ghana.
mhm, mhm,
Probably you might work for 2, 3, 4, 5, or even
mhm,
a year, one and a
mhm,
half years before they start paying you in case you work in the government sector.
mhm.
Let's assume that this is a nurse who completed nursing training college. She's
Yes.
been posted to Butabe,
Mm.
is it cheap compound or whatsoever?
Uh-huh.
she's going to work for at least 1 year before her salary comes. Within this 1 year, she's going to struggle to get money for food. She's going to call friends. Oh, Charlie, can you lend me 200 cedis? Can you lend me 100 cedis? Some of them are going to disappoint. Some of them are going to embarrass you. She'll call her parents for money. Sometimes they will disappoint. Sometimes they may provide them what have you. Within that 1 year, this newly posted nurse is going to struggle. During those struggling periods, see, our brains function more than anything. That time, that newly posted nurse would have sat in her room and be saying that when they start paying me, I have to make sure I save 20 cedis every month. Sometimes some of these people will pick diary or whatsoever and be writing some of these ideas. And they'll be saying that I need to save money. I need to give 100 cedis to my parents every month. Oh, I have to do this. I have to do that. These are brilliant ideas. But do you know what happens? Once his or her salary begins to come, the first month that they are going to pay you 8,000 Ghana cedis. The very moment you receive the alert from the bank or whatsoever, see, you begin to feel so happy. Do you know the first thing that will happen? All those nice plans will be put aside.
You won't even look for the book.
Very good. So if you are already living in a single room, I don't know if it's our family people who will be telling you that no, this room is no longer nice for you.
Move.
Go and rent chamber and hall self-contained.
Buy new couch.
Good. And sometimes the
Get
clinic
a TV.
or the cheap compound may not even be far from us. But you say, no, I can't be walking and be sweating before I go to work. Let me buy some motorbikes, or let me even get some used car. Let me do this. See, these are the things that cripple most workers.
Yes. No. I want to ask a question and you continue.
Okay.
So what causes that? We need to find the cause.
The cause is what we are unable to prioritize things that we need.
Why are we not able to prioritize? That is the root.
No.
That is the root. That's what I'm saying. Mentally.
The reason why we are not able to prioritize this is that most of us, we are able to think properly when we are in challenging moments. When the comfort comes, when we are feeling comfortable, see, we leave all those priorities aside and want to continue with what the comfort.
Mr. Bismarck, Mr. Bismarck. I told you the last time we had a meeting that if you give birth to a child and put him in the bush among the chimpanzees, the child will behave like one, right?
Okay.
If you give birth to a child in Canada or UK or US and the child grows from there, his mentality at 14 years will be different from somebody in Ghana who is 30 years. Do you know that?
Oh, yeah.
So it is not because we think well when we are suffering, but we don't think well when we are not suffering. That's not entirely the case. The case is we have lived in an environment that has injected a perception in us. You are a teacher and you are working.
No. See,
you are a
Jonathan.
nurse. So
Jonathan,
wait. Give me 1 minute. No. See, listen,
okay.
I will forget this one. I'll forget this one.
Okay.
So when you are struggling, whatever society will say doesn't matter to you again. That is why you think well at that time. You will say that, forget these people. What are they? If I'm suffering, will they help me? I'm not going to buy a car today. I'm not going to buy any house. If you don't come to my house, don't come. If you come and you think of anything. When we are struggling, we will think like that. That's the best. But when we become comfortable internally, we feel society will judge us if we don't do the right thing. The right thing here is what they feel about us. Yesterday, I was telling you that we are who we are because we perceive people think we are like that. So as you sit here, there are some of your colleagues who think you are rich. So you could also start thinking the same way because this is what you perceive. So it's about the perception in the environment. It's not always entirely the case that the person involved is entirely the right, I mean, cause of himself. No, it's the environment. You imagine a pump fighting on the trotro, I mean, bus station with other people, and somebody will see me and say, "Ah, is it not this guy who has been motivating us? He's even working." That's the perception we have. But in the US, in the UK, in Canada, there will be a popular person taking a bus. Nobody cares. Do they care about that? No.
Nobody
Somebody
cares.
will put Rasta, somebody will put Rasta and be holding a mic and singing in the church. In UK, in US, nobody cares about it. It's okay. As far as it's worshiping God, it's okay. But do that in our society, it will be offensive. So the fact is that the person feels that, okay, what society says, I don't care. When they are struggling, that's how they think. But the moment something starts coming, they will want to please society's pressure.
You see,
That is where all of these things begin.
what you have said, I'm not going to rebut that.
Good.
But that or those things you have said applies to
Mhm.
people who don't really have preferences for what they want to do. Do you know that we have people in our families
Mhm.
who are rich, but we refer to them as stingy? Do you know why?
Yes.
The primary reason why those people do not give out money is because they always remember how they have suffered before. And sometimes when you have asked them to do something for you, they remember how they've been able to struggle to be able to make that money. See,
Yeah.
if all of us will always have at the back of our minds how
Mhm.
we suffer, how we hustle to make money, I'm telling you, nobody will just give out money to another person when the person makes a demand.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if we are struggling and we begin to make plans for ourselves that when our salary comes, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'll be doing. I have to do this and that. When the money begins to come, if we have those things at the back of our minds, I'm telling you that what this in the society says doesn't matter. What somebody
Yeah.
says doesn't matter. Let me tell you, I've been telling a friend of mine back in Ghana, even now, I still tell him that me, based on what I have gone through, those days that I was struggling, there are certain things that comes to mind and I write it down. I still have that diary with me, the Nat diary.
Okay.
I still have it. Sometimes I can wake up at dawn time just to pick the diary and see
Read.
some of the painful things I have gone through in Ghana. Do you
Yeah.
understand? Why am I doing that? I don't want to forget those pains, those embarrassment that I have gone through. So if I make money today and people are making demands, see, and sometimes when people want to ask something, they will sometimes try to praise you, say things that can work on your emotions before they make the
Yeah.
demands. When you are
Yes.
making
Yes.
those emotional
Yes.
comments will not move me because
That's what I'm saying. That's what
those
I'm talking about. See,
wait,
imagine.
my brother, wait. Those days that I was struggling, where were you? Do you understand? So what I'm saying is that many of us are unable to save because we do not hold our priorities so dearly. Do you understand? See, let me tell you. To me, I don't understand why a newly posted teacher, those days when I actually started working, see, my first salary was 1,173 Ghana cedis.
Okay.
When they deduct all those things, I take something like 800 cedis. I save from the beginning. Me, I saved from the beginning until I began to take loans, do businesses that those things cripple me. If we are truly committed to the plans that we make during the challenging moments, I'm telling you, when the comfort comes, we'll still do those things.
As a
It's
matter of fact.
lack, it's lack of focus.
Yeah.
It's lack of focus, number one. And sometimes we are so quick to change our priorities that leads us to some of these things. See,
But go ahead. Go ahead. Finish
if
up.
we take our salaries, you are struggling and all of a sudden the salary comes and you are able to go back, pick your diary and see those things that you have written. And sometimes you are there, a whole day you've not gotten money to eat. And we can recollect some of those painful moments that we have gone through. I'm telling you, there won't be any month that we wouldn't be able to save at least 200 cities.
It's true. Perfect. I
For
accept
see,
that too.
me, sometimes I wake up and I tell myself that even me, if me here where I am today, If I am saving 2 CDs every month and I've been able to put that money into my account, even if they call me that my grandmother was returning from this in Accra to Volta region, and she fell in Akosombo Dam into the sea. I don't know if he fell on metals, we fell on whatsoever, and they are asking me to send money. And the only money I have is the 2 CDs that I have saved. I'm telling you, she can die. I won't give that money out. We need to have some of these mentalities that I am putting money aside, nothing will change my mind to use that money.
I accept. Now, I accept everything, but let's consider something here. We might be assuming that we are talking to, I mean, all the people we are talking to are matured or mentally enough to handle some of these things.
Okay.
But there's a problem. If you look at our society, it looks like, see, people that have reasoned to that extent that they stand by their vision within their hard times and their good times. Most cases, they are only people that life has slapped many times before they will reason that way in our society.
Okay.
So the senior high school guy who just went straight to the senior, college or university, came out and they gave him a job. He doesn't even know there is problem in life. He doesn't know. He has arrived. He's never seen 500 cities. Now he's seen 10,000. Bro, that's like they shot you from Earth to the moon. So it's like, yes, I'm here. And he'll call that girlfriend. Oh, I mean, where are you? Let's go. Tomorrow, the other one. You know, until the money finishes, the life will slap him. Panyai. You say, ooh, Charlie, I thought I had it. I didn't have it. Now, I have taken notice of something. If you look at the life of a man, between 20 to 30 years, it looks like God always gives them some natural opportunity. But in our society, at that time too, you are at a prime age of influence, such that everything that comes into your hand, you want the world to see it. So most of us miss those opportunities, and now we have to work very, very hard to pick up pieces together. I have many friends, and within their 20 to 30, the opportunities that came into our hands, if we were able to handle them like the way we are talking now, we would not be where we are today. We would have surpassed that. You see, so it is sometimes to the mental maturity. Many young guys and women in Ghana are struggling today because of mentality. Our mental growth is small. See, I will make this example on and on and on. If you move to the West, a child at 8 years can tell you what they want to do and how they want to do it. They will tell you. Now, I'm not talking about educational. I'm talking about environment.
Okay.
So if that child hits 20 and is able to make $10,000, that child can become a millionaire easily by the age of 30. But in our dispensation, a person at 25, you ask him, bro, so what do you want to do in life? Me, nah, it's like I want to be doing movies, like I want to be acting. They don't know what they want, talk less of how they are going to get it. How do you tell that person to stick to his dream and save? It's not possible.
You know,
So first of all, the mindset.
you see, the problem we are discussing today, it even goes beyond the West.
I'm telling you.
It goes
I'm
beyond
telling
Europe.
you.
It goes
I'm telling
beyond
you.
North America. See,
Okay.
research shows that about 64% of Americans do not even have 1,000 as emergency fund.
Yes, I accept.
64. So it means that 64% of those who are in America today, they are doing paycheck by paycheck. It means they are doing hand to mouth.
Yeah, but remember they have a system. So even when you're struggling,
no, wait.
you can still get what you want.
Wait. Irrespective of the system they are running, we are talking about having money sitting in your account. We are talking about having savings That is what we are talking about. We are not talking about the system. Even though we have the system, they give you credit card. Once you are working, you can go for loan, you can get a house, you can get a car. We are not talking about those things. We are talking about what? Ability to be able to put some money down, ability to have a money for your emergencies. That is what we are talking about. So 64% of those people do not even have any money, 1,000 that they are keeping down. Do you understand? This goes beyond everybody. It goes beyond America and it goes beyond Ghana. But you know, we keep talking about, oh, somebody completed a nursing training or teacher training. This is a young person. That is true. But when we were in senior high school, you and I, we have seen how our parents struggle to pay our fees.
Yes.
Me, I have even posted on my page how my parents struggled to even pay my admission fee to Akachi College of Education. Just 500 Ghana cedis. The way they struggled, I've written
I
that on the
remember
page.
my father borrowed a cow, sold the cow, and paid my school fees for college.
So he knew this. So when you went to college, you realized that your parents were actually struggling to send money to you. When
Yes.
you began working, you have seen how you struggle, how you call people, ask them to give you money. So there is no way you and I will say that these people are young. They are immature.
So what is
See,
the problem? So what is the
I'm
problem?
telling you, it is lack of priority, my brother. That is number one. I'm
So
telling you,
what brings the lack of priority? What,
it's
because there should be a root cause. A root cause.
that
You
is
know,
what
we
I'm
have,
telling you. Wait, oh,
what
wait,
is the
wait.
root cause of lack of priority? The fact that somebody cannot prioritize is the lack of clarity and confusion in the mind.
I told you that when we were even born, our parents were only struggling to put food on our table.
Mm,
And I think Richie said the same thing.
mm,
Our parents were struggling to put only food on our table. They were
yeah.
struggling just to pay our fees. They are not thinking about tomorrow, that this Jonathan who is in P3 today, that I'm struggling
Good.
to pay to
Uh-huh.
pay
Now you
to
are
pay
talking.
his to pay
Now you're
his
talking.
fees.
Uh-huh.
Jonathan
Uh-huh.
will be going to
Uh-huh.
university. I need
Uh-huh.
to put some 2 CDs
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
somewhere so that when
Uh-huh.
he goes to university, I'll be able to use this to pay his fees.
Now
It is
I'm
the
getting you.
it is the same thing you and I and everybody is doing. When they are paying our salary, what we are thinking about is what is to buy the biggest iPhone today, is to buy
Yeah.
motor, is to
Now
rent,
I'm now
is to
now you're
so,
talking.
so you understand. So we are also focusing on today,
Mm,
and we have actually forgotten about ourselves, that we
mm,
need to save, put some two
yeah.
CDs down, put
Yeah.
some three CDs down,
Yeah.
with the intention that one day, instead of calling Bismarck that I need 500 to do series to do something that I will disappoint you.
Mm,
If I've disappointed you today, you know that next month, if I've taken my salary, let me put one CD down so that when something happens, I won't call Bismarck again.
yeah.
Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah. Yeah.
cite this. Let me cite another example for you to comprehend what I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to say this in raw. A friend might be watching. I'm
Mm,
going to use some real life situation to analyze this.
mm,
There is a friend, a very good friend.
mm-hmm.
He called me a few months ago that a gadget of his got damaged in his home.
Okay.
He's unable to get money to buy the gadget immediately. He made some few calls and realized that somebody could sell the same gadget to him on high pages. The person
Okay.
asked him, I think the gadget was 5,000. So the
Okay.
person asked him to make a deposit. And after the deposit, the gadget will be sent to him.
Mm,
And every month, he's supposed to pay 1,000.
okay.
He told me this. He showed me pictures. He
Proof.
showed me
Mm,
evidence. He showed
mm-hmm.
me proof. He sent the deposit. The gadget
Mm-hmm.
was sent to him. The first month came, my guy was able to pay 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
He even sent the Momo message to me.
Mm,
The second month, he paid the 1,000 and sent the
mm-hmm.
Momo message to me.
Mm-hmm.
Within 3, 4, I think 3, 4 months, he's
Five
been able
months.
to, he finished paying the 5,000.
Yeah.
When he finished, he sent me a message that I finished. This is the last amount I've paid. I said, that's good. The next month, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't ask him anything. I kept quiet.
Mm-hmm.
The next month, I didn't ask him
Uh-huh.
anything. Then
Uh-huh.
one day we were having discussion and I asked him, last month, how much have you been able to save? Say he didn't save any money. This month, how much have you been able to save? He didn't save any money. Then I ask him why. He said, oh, Charlie, the salary he's taking, oh, the money is
It's
not
not
enough,
enough.
and blah, blah, blah. He can't save. Then I said, okay, one day I'll tell you something. Because what he did, I've learned some nice lesson from that. And I began to practice that myself. One day I asked him again, how much have you been able to save? He didn't say. Then I said, you were able to pay 1,000
every
for
month
a gadget that you went for on high purchase.
from the same salary.
From the same salary. So how come you are not able to even keep saving the 1,000 or to save 500 cedis from that? You see, it is not because we are not any much. It is not because we are immature. It is not because we are living in an environment where people have influences on us. It is lack of priority.
We don't have that strong conviction that this is what I want to do. I
The
must do it.
desire to stick to our plans isn't there.
Yeah.
Do you see?
Yeah.
And let me tell you.
Somebody said discipline is a full-time job without off day.
That is it. That is it. That is it.
If you don't
why
follow,
it's so difficult for most of us to be able to discipline ourselves? There is nobody telling you that, hey, Apam, discipline yourself. You need to be the watchdog over yourself.
Yeah.
So when my friend did this, I quickly picked this as a best idea and I began to practice it. Bro, today, if I tell you the amount of money I've been able to save because of what my guy told me, bro, it will amaze you.
Just tell me at the backstage and send 50%. Just only 50%.
You see,
I will be rich.
You see.
Wait.
So,
when was this one? When was this one? When was this story?
What my guy did. I'm telling you, 2025 issue. You are saying when was this?
So it means at least it's been 6 months or something now.
6 months.
Then you have money. Yeah, you have money. You have money.
So you see,
I'm trying to calculate.
My friend indirectly taught me how to save money, and I picked it from there. So
Very
do you know
fast.
what I did? I just said, my friend, he told me how much he takes per month. So when he finished paying the money, I just asked myself, do I know that I can quickly make a plan? If my friend was able to indirectly save 5,000 within 3 months or 4 months, I can also ask myself that in 2025, how much do I want to save?
Yeah.
So I quickly mentioned a particular amount. Let's assume that I want to save 2,500 in 2025. I quickly divided that by 12. So it means in a month, I have to save, let me just say 210 cedis. So
to be able to get that money.
So in a month, when your salary is paid to you, what will you do? Take that 210 cedis first. Put
That's
it somewhere.
what they say, pay yourself.
Put that 210 cedis and put it somewhere. Now, our stomach takes the chunk of the money.
Yeah.
Put 1,000 aside. And now, you know that most of us are unable to also plan. We do not have strategy. That is why most of us always go for loan to pay our rent. You can put, if your rent is 600 cedis, 100 cedis, 500 cedis, and you know the rent is high, you can also put 100 cedis or 200 cedis down for your rent. People also have responsibilities. They send money to their parents. Send whatever amount to your parents.
Yeah.
So you realize that you'll be able to do all these things, having in mind that at least you have 210 cedis saved somewhere.
Yeah.
So that when there is an emergency, instead of calling your friends to give you 1,000 cedis, 600 cedis, you'll be able to fall on that money. If you do that for a year, and fortunately nothing happens to you, or nothing happens, and when things happen, you are able to control the possibility of touching that money, my brother, you have won in life.
Yeah. One of my friends, the strategy he uses to save, he sat down and calculated interest rate on loans. Maybe interest rate on loan is like 20 something to 30%.
Okay.
Then he look at interest rate on fixed deposit.
Okay.
So he saw that fixed deposit is about 18% annually.
Okay.
So he went and took the loan, put it in fixed deposit, and then calculated that, okay, if I'm taking this loan and I'm putting it here, it means I'm owing 15%. So he's paying 15% cost so that he can compel himself to save. So he takes the money, puts it in fixed deposit, roll it over for 1 year, and he's paying the money from his salary. So there is no option to not save,
You know,
but he's paying the
that's
price to save.
that idea looks so smart, but I'm telling you, it's one of the worst decisions anybody can make. I'm not a
It's
financial
not
expert.
worse.
I'm
It's
coming.
not worse.
I'm not a
It's not
financial
worse.
expert, but let me
Uh-huh.
tell you this.
Uh-huh.
Today, if you have taken, let's say, 20,000 Ghana cedi from any bank in Ghana, even if the interest rate is low, and you've taken this money for 3 years, you might
No. That's what I'm
wait.
saying. That's what I'm saying. No. You have to ask first. Relax. Let me explain. Let me explain. He's putting his money with a savings and loans company. Okay. He's like
Okay.
doing this susu every day. Now, you can take some money, not up to 3 years, like maybe 12 months, maybe 6 months, maybe 8 months. And the interest rate on that amount of money is like, let's say 25%. So let's say he's taking 20, let's say, no, not up to 20, he can't get that. Let's say 10,000 for a year.
Okay.
And you are paying 30%, let's say 25%. So if you take 25%, let's say times 0.25, it means he has to pay 2,500 Ghana cedis on top.
Are
Okay.
you? Wait. You see, are you for real in Ghana?
Yes, 25% on a loan you cannot get. Are you saying you cannot get a loan in Ghana in a mutual fund or what do you call Susu savings and loans for 25 to 30%?
Well, let's continue. Move on.
No, are you saying you cannot? I want to understand that.
Because I know interest rates are so high in Ghana now.
It's not. It's not. Interest rate is more than 30% in Ghana, up to 40 and 50.
The last, when I was in Ghana, the last time I heard interest rate in one of the banks was around 30 something percent in Ghana. I'm
Yeah,
telling
but
you.
so still we are still within the range.
So there is no way you will be taking 10,000 from any bank and in a year you'll be paying 2,500
That's what
in
I'm saying.
Ghana.
This is not a. This is not a.
2,500. I
This is not a.
wonder.
That's what I'm saying. This is not a bank. He is
Wait.
making
Okay.
susu. He's making susu. It's like a cooperative, like cooperative. Okay, we all have cooperative. Let's say a teachers cooperative or a municipal cooperative or something like that. Okay, so if let's say you take, he's able to get 10,000. That means he will pay 2,500 extra on top of that money by the end of the year. If he puts that 10,000 Ghana cedis into a fixed deposit or a treasury bill that gives 15% annually, that will be like times 0.15. That will be like he will make 1,500. So if you take 1,500 from 2,500, it means he will lose thousand Ghana cedis. But the truth of the matter is this: he is paying for that price because if he doesn't do that, he cannot save. So I'm just trying to cite an example that you should find means and ways to compel yourself to save. In your friend's case, why was he able to pay the money? Because there was no option not to pay, right? There was no option.
You see the idea your friend is using. The best solution would have been to go to these corporate credit unions. What they do is that you can tell them that every month you want to save 200 cedis and they will deduct the money from controller. They will keep the money. You can only go for a percentage of that money every month or every year. Let's assume that you've been able to contribute that to maybe up to the sum of 3,000. I think you can go for 2,000. When you go for that 2,000, what you need to do to be able to ensure that the money will not depreciate, even if, like I was using my friend as an
You know
example,
why I would not do
my
that?
brother, wait, relax. You see, when I was referring to my friend's inability to save, and I I have learned something from what he did and I've been saving, do you know what I would have done? If the money accumulates to a certain tune, if you are saving the money would depreciate with time. So what you need to do to ensure that the money is able to maintain its value is to use the money to maybe do fixed deposit, buy treasury bill. The last time I checked treasury bill in Fidelity Bank, 90 days was around 15 point something, and 180 days was around 16 point something, and 360 was around 17 point something. So if you are using that money, at least if you've been able to accumulate it to some reasonable amount, then you invest it in treasury bill. Whatever profit you are getting, it is not entirely meant to grow the money. It's just to help you maintain.
It cannot also maintain it. It cannot also maintain it because
it is 100% better than what your friend is doing. What your friend is doing is actually a way of digging your own grave. See, that is one of the dumb things anybody can do. I'm telling you, bro. That is not. It is not a good idea for anybody to do that. It is a dumb idea. I'm telling you. No financial expert will ask you to do that.
Relax.
My brother.
Relax and listen.
It is a bad idea. It is
okay,
bad idea.
I hear, but listen. I know it's a bad idea, but listen. It's not everything in this life financial experts would advise you to do. Now listen. You mentioned when you
use common sense, you realize that decision is a bad one. How will you go for loan? And even the profit you are going to gain from the loan is even more than the interest you are making. The interest you are paying on the loan is even higher than the interest you are making. It's a bad idea. Ask him to rather ask the credit union to deduct from source, or ask him to go to his bank.
Listen, let me.
Sign MOU with the bank for them to pick this portion of his salary and save for him, rather than going for loan.
If this one was WhatsApp, okay, wait.
It's a bad idea. See, even
I know.
It's unfortunate that we can't even see. I can't even see comments. I know those who are watching would have been commenting on what we are discussing. It's a very bad idea.
Okay, I accept. No problem. It's a bad idea. I've accepted. But let me use your own example to show you. You are mentioning a fixed deposit of 15% for 90 days. Bismarck, are you listening?
I'm here.
Do you know that 15% is actually 3.75%?
No problem. I know.
Good. So if it's 3.7,
it means that yes, I know because yes.
Wait. Just relax small. Relax.
Okay.
Relax small.
Okay.
Today we are not talking about financial advice and saving. I mean, like,
I'm not a financial expert. I'm just using my common sense.
We are not doing investment. I would have brought most of my tools, but let me just walk you through this one small. If let's use the figures. Don't forget about the whatever. Let's use figures here. If somebody is taking a loan and the annual term or the annual rate is, let's say, 30%, it means that at the end of the term, he's going to pay extra 30%. But when somebody is putting money in a fixed deposit or on a treasury bill, and the rate is annually, or let's say the rate for 3 months is 15%, it means you have to divide the 15 by 4 to be able to get, because we have 4 quarters in the term, in the year. What this guy is doing is a sacrifice to save, not a sacrifice for somebody to benefit. Now listen carefully. The difference is that if you allow the credit union to deduct the money from the account, okay, they are going to give you the same money when the time reaches. So it means actually you are losing to depreciation. Number 2, they are going to use your money to make profit for themselves.
You see?
So you actually not stop.
My brother, wait. No. It's like you are repeating all that you and I have already said.
I'm not repeating anything.
The reason why you and I have,
I will not allow any credit union or any bank to deduct money from my account to save for me, because they are going to fix the money stagnant, and I will lose more than even 10%. Listen. Do you know the annual inflation rate in Ghana? The annual inflation rate in Ghana It's beyond
Wait,
15%. No,
do you know
relax
that
there, relax here,
some of
relax
these
here,
things that
relax.
most of you say is the reason why we are still discussing this point?
No,
Let me tell.
no,
Wait, my brother, wait.
no, I don't
When
know.
you
No,
are now telling me,
no.
you are telling me that the interest rate is this, you are doing this. The main point we are discussing is how to change our background. And the only way we can do that, see, that is what we are discussing. And the only way we can do that is to start from saving. So when I hear people say that, oh, saving is not good, savings is that, every
Who
millionaire,
said? Oh, but I don't think I
every
have said savings is
investor,
bad. Or
every
I
entrepreneur
don't think I
starts
don't
from
think I have said
saving.
savings is bad.
No,
Or
no, no, my brother, wait.
did I
I
say
think
anything
I
bad
think
about
we are
savings?
saying we are discussing something that will help somebody.
Hmm?
Do you understand? We are discussing something that will be, at least will change somebody's future. The idea is to save money. We see, if indeed we want to change our financial history, we need to start from
And I'm
saving.
saying
Wait,
that
allow me to land. I'll give you the floor.
if you have
I'll
you
give
have
you
to
the floor.
constrain, you have to constrain every chance of yours to save. I just made an example of someone's strategy. I'm not
Okay,
even advising anybody to
let's
use it.
let's move on. Let's leave that and move on.
I'm just making an example that
Your point
for
is
somebody to
well
be able
made,
to save, this is
bro.
what he
Your
did.
point is well made. Your point is well made. Let's move on. Let's make progress. Let's make progress. You understand? Let's make progress. The main point we are discussing is how to save.
Yes.
See, every business person, investor, entrepreneur, millionaire, everybody starts from savings.
Mhm.
We need to at least put something down at the end
Yes.
of every month. That is the thematic point here.
But let me ask. This is very critical. How long should I save?
You see, I just told you something.
That
When
is
we
very
began the
important.
discussion, before you and I began all these arguments, I told you that I asked myself, how much do I want to save this year? When I arrive at the amount I want to save, I've also asked myself, what is the purpose of this money I want to save this year?
Okay.
There must be a purpose for that money. So if I've been able to save 3,000 this year, already there is a purpose. That purpose is to have financial freedom. So in case I want to save up to 10,000, that will take me, let's say, 3 years. Let me put it that way. If I've saved for 10,000 for 3 years, I need to what? Use that money for that purpose. Maybe the purpose is to start a small business, is to sell books. So once I've been able to save to 10,000 that I can use to prepare maybe the shop or
What
the
if
content.
I'm saving towards my pension?
If you are saving, you can't just be keeping the money in your account for pension. You can't just be keeping the money there. That is why even Senate and all those people, they don't just deduct our money and keep it there. Did you understand? You need to do something to grow the money. So nobody will just...
So where will you grow the money?
In Ghana now, based on the things that are happening that you and I know, the only safe place to keep your money is Treasury bill. That is what I have heard. I'm not a financial person.
No, I mean, where would you grow the money?
Oh, so
Because
when I...
Treasury bill doesn't grow the money. It
But
just
that is the only way, or you put it into some business. That is it in Ghana.
Good, but you too, you have been a proponent against business.
No, I told you that when you are saving, there must be a purpose for the money. You can't just save the money, bro.
Yes,
you can't just
I
save the
understand
money.
that. But what I'm trying
there
to say
must
is
be
that
a reason why you are saving that money.
You've concurrently said this one. This one is our WhatsApp chat. I'm pulling you here. I'm dragging you.
You see, I have done business before.
Yes.
You understand? Even today, I still run some businesses.
Hey, then
My
you have to share some of the profits.
My main idea is that some of the mistakes I have committed in the past, what stuck me in life was because I went for loan to start a business.
Good.
So instead of going for loan to start a business, I would have saved money to start a business.
Now you're talking. This is the clarity I'm looking for. That's why I'm pushing you like that.
So
This is what I'm looking for.
instead of going for 20,000 to start a business that will collapse, I will personally save 20,000 and start my business.
Or you even be happy to save 10,000 to start that business than to take a loan of 20,000 to
So
start.
you see, so
I
there must be
agree.
a reason why you are saving the money.
Now
So
I
that is
agree.
why you realize that this is at the preliminary stage we started talking about having an emergency fund, and you
Yeah.
even said that if you have that emergency fund and nothing happens, you put it into your savings. You said
Yeah.
that.
Mm.
So it means that your savings has a purpose. There is a reason why
Yeah.
you are putting that money there. You can't just be saving just for saving sake. The money would depreciate.
Yeah.
You understand? So
Yeah.
that is what we are trying to achieve.
I understand.
Now,
No argument.
let's now have the notion that my friend were to be saving 500 cedis every month. If he's saving 500 cedis every month for, let me just say, for
A
5
year.
years or even
Okay.
a year, for a year, you would have gotten 6,000, right?
Yeah. So
Good.
5 years will give him 30,000
30,000.
or
That's it.
25. Oh yeah, 30,000. 6 times
Bro,
5.
that's 6 times 5 will give you 30.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. And that money can do a lot of things for my guy. If he wants to start a business, 30,000 is enough for him to start a business.
Yeah.
Even if he wants to put up a house, 30,000 is enough for him to start something.
To start. Yeah.
You see, even if he wants to save towards his pension, his retirement, 30,000 is enough money that he
To
can
start
put
that
into
investment.
something, that investment that will be bringing
Yeah.
something on it, will be
Yeah.
generating interest on it.
Mm.
This is the only way we can develop ourselves. This is the only way we can change this complaint that you and I started talking about. But without this, there is no way we'll grow
Yeah,
financially.
it's true. Charlie, the discussion was not structured, but it's so impressive. I mean,
See, the discussion was moving on well until you brought that bad example to mess up everything.
imagine.
My brother said something. I can't see. My brother Henry
You cannot
Christian.
see. That's why you can't see comment.
He
That's
said
why you
there
can't
are
see comment.
actually good. Is it? Oh, Charlie.
You don't remove it. Leave it. Let me direct this thing. Leave it.
Charlie.
You read from there.
You see, there are
Or
actually interest rates in 20 to 30% region.
Yeah.
That's smart way to compel him to save. However, that's not a laudable idea to give someone. You see now.
No, so this is somebody's idea now. This is
that is a very bad idea. See, bro.
So no, Bismarck. When this guy is now the judge.
I have
He's the
even
judge. Henry
told
is the
you.
judge.
I have
Henry,
even told you that is a very bad idea for you to even
Henry, you are the
accept.
judge. Oh, thank you. You are the
It
judge.
is a very
We got
bad
one
idea,
judge
bro.
in the
See,
house.
bro, see, wait. A friend of mine.
You are joking.
Wait, bro, wait.
You are joking.
Bro, wait.
Let me
Bro,
see.
wait.
Wait. Bismarck, I'll give you typical example again. You see, that my friend here, you know him, the one you were working on the school for him.
Yeah.
He wanted to start a business back home. Okay. He wanted to start a business. That business will make maybe let's say $200 a month. He didn't have even certain capital. So what did he do? He called a friend and told him, bro, I need this amount of money. How can you help me? The person said he was going to take 20% interest 1 year. He took the money, started the business, and now paying back the money with interest. Is it not the same thing? If he was supposed to save the money for 3-4 years before he can start that business, but now he took loan from somebody so that he would quit that period of savings, which might not even happen, because if you want to save for 3 years, along the line, things will happen and you can't save. But he took the money from a friend with interest of 20%, started the business. Now the business is bringing back some small money, but he's able to pay the person from his salary. It is just the same narrative. It's an example I made, and I'm not
What you
advising
have
people to use it.
what you have said now is entirely different from that
It's
bad
not
example
different
you have.
because the business money is not up to the money
So why
he's
won't you
requested.
allow me to also express my opinion on this?
Let's talk about different things. This one, you know what I don't like is um somebody's idea, okay, and you telling the person that his idea is, incorrect, because people have varied ways of doing things and it helps them. For me, I will not do what he did, though. I won't do it. It's just like taking loan to start a business. I won't do it. But
No,
somebody
taking a
did,
loan
and
to
it's
start
helping
a
him.
business is much better than what he's doing, oh, to some extent. You see what your friend has done? Took the $200 from somebody to start a business. If that
It's not
business is doing,
$200, so it's not $200.
you cited an example, and I'm
I'm
using
saying
the
that
example you gave.
I'm saying that, but the business will bring him $200 a month. The money he took was over $5,000.
So you see, if that business is able, if he's able to sustain that business, he will make a lot of money. So you see,
And
as
this guy too, he's taking that loan because he wants to start a business. So he wants to play risk free by paying the money back before starting the business. So if he's able to pay the money back within a year, he now has capital to start his business. It works for him. I just want you to know that it works for him. It doesn't mean it must work for you or everybody. It works for him.
do you
Accepted?
know do you know
Accepted?
that we see most companies running today? You and I might think that the owners or the owner is making money, but actually the owner is struggling in debt.
Yes. But the company
It's
is surviving and paying salaries.
Have you understood what I said?
Uh,
I'm saying that the owner is in debt. The owner is not making any profit. But you and
uh,
I may see the structure and think that, oh, the owners of these companies are making money.
well, it exists.
It's the same thing your friend is doing.
Which of my friends?
The one who takes the loan from the bank and put it into
You are very mad.
now. See, bro, I think I think one
Uh,
of the things that we need to encourage
yeah,
is to save and start business. And you see,
yeah,
let's talk
yeah,
briefly about this business thing before we call it a
yeah,
day.
yeah, yeah. I even thought we would spend just 1 hour, but now we are moving.
So
Uh-huh.
let's just imagine that
Mm,
somebody is able to save 10,000 Ghana cedis,
mhm,
and you have at the back of your mind that you want to do business.
mm.
Should you finish saving the money before you begin to do or put the business structures in place?
For me, when it comes to business, it is not easy for us to just tell somebody what to do about
Mhm.
business. But there are two perspectives I always have for myself. Maybe it can help somebody. This is what I believe. I believe that before you start any business, two questions must be asked. Is it a new idea you are bringing into the system? Or it is a business some people are already doing and you want to tap in? If it is a business that some people are already doing and it is working and you want to tap in, the risk is always less. So
Mhm.
I would say that the moment you start saving and the purpose is for starting a business, begin to be scanning around you to look at the businesses other people are doing and see the profitability in it and ask yourself, what different thing can I do if I do the same business? Now, because the system already works, you might fail, but you will not fail woefully like the way you would have failed in your first idea.
Mhm.
For example, Adnan in Tamale, he did a lot of new businesses and failed. When he bounced back, he used Airbnb as the starting point. Airbnb is a system that already runs in the whole, the world. When he succeeded at Airbnb, he now started doing other things. So I would say that, especially people who are working, before you go into your own business ideas, before you even start saving the money, be looking at the businesses that people are doing. See, there are some businesses you look at it from the outside and it's very like it looks odd, like it looks bad, it doesn't look nice. But when you begin to ask questions, you realize that the people are making a lot of money from it. You can try that with small part of the money you have saved. If it works, you go full in. If it doesn't work, you still have your money back small, and then you bounce back. If it's a new idea, part of the money should be kept down. Start it with small amount of the money. If it works, you put the rest. If it doesn't work, you still have something down. Another perspective I hold is this: when you are always starting a business from a risk standpoint, it is much easier when you have a product that doesn't spoil. For example, I'm selling cars. I buy a car to sell. People don't buy. The car is not in a waste. My money is still in the car. But for example, you build a whole structure with tables and chairs and AC and everything, with nice saloon, and people don't come. You don't even get a barber. That's a very huge problem. Even though the money is in the building, but to get somebody to now buy that. So I would say that for businesses, it is not easy for us to just say, go and do this, go and do that, go and do it. No, it's not easy. But the moment you begin to save, and the fact of the matter is that, or the purpose is for you to start a business, research, ask questions, be curious, ask everybody around you doing something, use the Google, use your internet. If you find an idea that you think it is very new, it's better to test it, because sometimes you think something is very beautiful in your mind, but Bismarck is seeing it as trash. I mean, it's true. Like, this is true, right? You would, entrepreneurs face this every day. Like, you sit in your
It's
room.
not only entrepreneurs. Everybody,
Uh-huh.
even if you want to, if you have a dream and you want to pursue, somebody will see it as trash.
Trash. You understand? So test it. If you test it and people buy into it, then you add more. You brand it. You register it. I mean, these are the few things we can share. But the fact of the matter still remains that profits. My man Jim Roth said that wages are good because they will keep you alive, but profits are more good or super good because they will make you a fortune. You know, there are people. There's a guy I used to talk to. He sells stationaries, and he tells me that within the year he can sell only 3 times. Sometimes only 3 times within the year. But the amount of profit he makes from one sale, if he moves goods to, let's say he got a call from Tamale and moves goods to Tamale warehouse, and move goods to Takrade, and move goods to Kumasi only 3 times in a year, he can even buy a car. So there are businesses that are risking, they are struggling, but at the end of the year, they will be fine. And you too, you are looking for security all the time. You go and come and they pay you, you go and come and they pay you. But at the end of the year, you will have nothing. So let's not only base on the salary. The salary should be a seed. Everybody needs salary. Everybody, including myself, we need salary, especially when you're coming from our type of background. But what you now make out of that salary is what we are talking about. Don't just use it to buy the couches and all of that and support your living and be nice and look nice. Inside your pocket is very low, like me. No, Bismarck.
I think you have said a lot, and you know, it's good to start business that other people are already running. At least it gives some form of assurance that people are doing this, they are making money, and you
Yeah.
can possibly make that money too. But
Mm.
that is just theoretically. Practically,
Okay.
you can do the same thing and fail, because every business has its own. Every person running business have their peculiar problem.
Yes.
Another difficulty about starting a business that other people are doing, excuse me, other people are doing, and most especially in the same town, is competition.
Mm.
If Jonathan is selling books
Mm-hmm.
in my hometown, Mafikumasi, and I want to copy that, I need to know that maybe Jonathan is having money.
Mm-hmm.
So Jonathan might have a lot of goods in his shop.
Mm-hmm.
I might not start with the same goods in my shop. That
Mm.
it's going to be serious competition, because people already know you. So
Mm.
most of the customers will be going to your shop.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to do things. I need to come out with innovative idea or creativity to be
Mm.
able to do something that will at least bring some of these customers to my place. And
Yes.
there are many other challenges that people will face. But I think the bottom line is that if you want to start a business, you need to have an idea
Mm.
what you want to do.
Yeah.
Research into that idea and
Don't
get
just
the
listen
market
to
and
don't
get the
just listen
market
to
niche.
don't just listen to a pam who shares how much he's making from selling phones and also go and do it.
Yes. So you need to research and get the market niche and see the number of people who needs those goods in your locality.
Yeah.
Then you begin to put structures in place. For me, I always advise people to register their business. You
Mm.
can even register the business before you start operating
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Register the business as a sole proprietorship,
Mm.
or if it's going to be a limited liability, you and your
Yeah.
spouse and whatsoever want to set it up. For me, I'm much concerned about the startup capital, the money, the first money you are going to use to buy the goods into that shop. Mostly, we are just interested in the money we use to go and buy the goods. That is not business. The business has to do with the money you'll be using to run the business.
Mhm.
That is where most people get stuck. Because
Because if
if
you buy some things and put in the shop, it should not finish before you go and buy again.
it won't even finish, my brother, it won't finish. People will now come and be asking of other goods that you do not even have in your shop. And you need to get those goods so that when people buy these goods that
They'll
are
buy the
running
other
so fast,
ones.
they'll buy
Yeah.
other ones.
Yeah.
So you need to have this thing, money on the bench, just like the way we play football. Money on the
Reserve.
bench, reserve, so that you'll be using to substitute what you are already doing. That is
Yeah.
that. See, those are or that particular thing stuck a lot of people in business. So we need to
Mm.
have money on reserve so that we could use to
And
buy the
and based on
goods.
what you said, let me just add this one. I would also say that if you want to go into business and you are fresh, you've not done business before,
Mm,
try doing a service business first.
okay.
If you have any skill or you can use other people's skills
Mm,
and try a service business, because most times service businesses are less cheaper because they are skill based.
okay.
For example, I do business consultation. I
Mm,
don't have to set up a studio, a big studio to start doing that. But I can just take one chair, one microphone, and my phone to start doing it.
mm,
If I do that, I will learn some skills. I will learn how customers react. I'll learn what people need. Then I get some tips to know that, okay, now if I'm going into business, this is what I should do, this is what I should not do. These things will prepare you, but don't just zoom off from salary job straight into business, boom, with product and
bro,
you would
bro,
mess
you
up.
see what you have said,
Mm.
it's technically correct,
Mhm.
but practically I started working in Have Haji Dekofe. I've been able
Mhm.
to save 5,000,
Mhm.
and I've realized that in Haji Dekofe, nobody is
Mhm.
selling cement. Everybody
Mm.
goes to Have
And
means
then do
I'm coming.
cement. Then do
I'm,
cement.
so that is what I want to add to it. So
Yeah,
you
then
don't
do cement.
necessarily need to do other things. Technically, that is the best utility to give you some skills. You know, this is what you need to do and that. But when you realize that the people really need what you intend to sell, just go for it.
Mm.
Just
Mm.
do researches about it. At least get somebody who has been running that business for some time so that the person can share some ideas with you as to how to get the goods, when the goods come, what to do to get customers and what have you. I think that
Mm.
will be the basis of what most people need in going into business. Somebody, oh, Charlie.
Ajay, you just joined. You can watch the entire video afterwards. We have spoken a lot, like a lot. We fought. We even fought.
Especially your bad idea that you were giving.
We even fought a lot. So you can watch back. It's been
So,
1 hour 34 minutes.
Charlie, I think we have shared a lot. We have
Yeah,
shared a lot. Charlie,
yeah.
I appreciate you for this. Thank you so much.
See, you're going to pay. This one, which one is
But
appreciation?
Massa,
At least
Massa,
500.
at least you know, at least the
Uh,
way we've all disagreed with that idea you had shared with us. You now go back to your friend and tell him that what he's doing is bad.
No, no,
At
no,
least
no, no.
that is
It's
a way
helping.
of
It's
paying
working
you.
for him. It's working for him very well. Leave
My
him.
guy, he's going into the dish. Oh, Charlie.
Oh, Henry said he's been watching from just 5 minutes into the conversation. So it means he has been here for 1 hour, 20 something minutes.
Oh,
Henry,
Charlie,
thank you very
thank
much.
you. And you
You
know he's
nearly
my brother.
became.
We share the same name. Henry. He's my brother. Didn't you see my surname
That's why
attached
he
to
was
his name?
defending you. That's why he was defending you as a
No,
judge.
you see, let me tell you.
Hmm.
If you have a friend who wouldn't look into your eyes and tell you that what you are doing is wrong, then that person is not a friend. I don't think
He's a witch. That person is a witch.
good. So I don't think he's going to defend me because we share the same surname.
He is. He is. He has already sent me a message backstage and saying, I will support this, my brother. I said,
Afonye
okay, go
Henry,
ahead.
do message lam lo, do message lam nemi apono ne manya egi echosa.
Eh, eh, whoa.
Famijo, he said you stay in Ewe community. You can only say
My brother,
Famijo.
I know only Vamidunu, Mijola.
Okay, bro, Charlie, I'll meet you on the other side.
Okay, bro.
Charlie, I wish you, those who have
Peace.
joined, let me see if I can. Oh, Charlie, let's see if you can mention the names of those who have. Oh, Charlie.
It's okay. They have already left.
I know Henry joined. I know Henry.
Ajay just came and I think he can watch the video later. We
AJ,
also
okay.
had we had
Then
Dio Delight. Who is Dio Delight?
Delight.
You know her, him or her?
Delight what?
Dio.
No. Oh, Mama Guy also joined. Okay, Mama Guy, I see you. Dio Delight. Yeah. I know him. Delight.
It's
Thank
a
you
him
so
or
much.
her?
I think it's him.
Or it's a him her?
Hey, be careful. Then who else? Let me see. Hey, Charlie. I think I saw
Thank you,
Otis also.
Richard.
I saw Otis also join. Charlie, bro, thank
Okay.
you.
All
God
right.
bless all of you. Bro, I'll see you on the
Okay.
other side.
All right.